Erik Ten Hag wants Brighton win badly. That is today on Thursday down at the Stadium of Brighton in England. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. It's much like Baton. Erik Ten Hag is going to have to hint about our chase for the Champions League places and why he believes his team can go ahead and really compete, though some reinforcements should be made if at all we are to go on and really compete and not participate. You have to differentiate between competing and participating, because if you're competing, you have to really go ahead and really beat the big boys like Real Madrid, Man City, and very many others. Rock and David is my name. I think you guys are really having a fantastic good morning, good night, depending on where you're watching us from, because where I am, we are already in Thursday and it's the 4th of May, and I think you know what it means. This year is really on a run. I don't know where it's running to, but it's really on the purest run that any human will ever think about. Now, Erik Ten Hag has lots of things to say, and we're going to close this chapter with Sabitzer's experience at Manchester United. That is always the best for him ever since he started playing the game of football. Now, let's discuss Erik Ten Hag, as he really hinted about the game of Brighton before we discuss Sabitzer. Now, Ten Hag said on the rematch between United and Brighton. And why is it a rematch? Remember, we just played them, I think on the 24th of April, and 24th of April, yeah, because we beat them through penalties and we knocked them out of the FA Cup. That's where you're going to be playing City in the FA Cup finale on the 3rd of June. Ten Hag has said it's a normal reaction. I think everyone involved in top sport, if you get beaten, you want to have revenge, and that is normal. They have a huge motivation to beat us, but we have to watch that and do more. Show more hunger than them to win this game, and willingness in the world for tomorrow. So, I think all the words that Erik Ten Hag is talking about are really valid as far as this fixture is concerned. We expect a team called Brighton to come up willing to revenge, because their manager Sabitzer said that always the weak team that never deserved to win the game of football in the full 90 minutes goes ahead to win the game of football in penalties. It looked like an insult, and I think to a manager like Erik Ten Hag, that never went down well in his memory lane, and he feels like I should go out and really give De Zerbi a beating he deserves. And with the squad that we are having, I think we can go out Brighton and give them a beating. I'm not underestimating or watering down the efforts of Brighton and the talent of players they really have, but I think we can beat them. Amidst them having gone ahead to bench Mitoma, Caicedo, McAllister, they benched close to 5 players, and they benched them in the name of getting ready for this game of Manchester United, that is today on Thursday. So as it stands, they are really ready to take us on, but I think if at all you are having Martial, Anthony, Rashford leading that front line with Bruno Fernandes, Eriksson, and Casemiro, I think you go ahead and really give them a best of beating that they deserve, with Aaron Wan-Bissaka stopping Mitoma and Malacia going in for, is it Gross? You know, I believe we can really put them to the sword and give them the beating that they deserve. And I think De Zerbi is a very good coach, but I think he just feels overconfident about his team. You know, the mentality of the players of Brighton is not the same with those players of Manchester United. That's what De Zerbi should know, that this team has players that have gone ahead to play at different levels and have gone ahead to decide games single-handedly. With lots of injuries at a side of Brighton, you anticipate a very highly competitive game at their stadium, that is today, but I believe Ten Hag will age De Zerbi. You know, in the game that we played them at Wembley, we had good chances. That's it. If you have to remember, a team that really had chances to score, it was United. However much they had a lion's share of the possession, close to 52%, and had 48% possession in the entire 90. I believe we can go away and really get 3 points. You know, this United team has showed us that they can do this. You know, we are going to play another away game after playing them on Thursday, and we are playing away at West Ham on Sunday. West Ham today has been beaten by Man City by 3-0. They'll come at home and obviously make it hard for us, but I think we can really get results from those 2 away games. And with us left with just 1 tournament to play, you just feel like we can really get these games out of our way. That's it. You know, because even West Ham would have said, people would have said, West Ham played on over the weekend, they've rested for a week, they've not gone ahead to play any single game, and United played on Thursday, and they're going to play on Sunday. That narrative no longer works, because West Ham played on Thursday, West Ham played on Wednesday, and for us we're playing on Thursday, meaning that it will be like a 24-hour difference from the time they played and as we played. So I think we can go ahead and really also beat them from that side. I'm not just overconfident about this team, but I know these players know what it means to qualify for the Champions League. And if I really want to qualify for the Champions League, these are games you're supposed to win. For these players of United, also they know that the moment they are qualified for the Champions League, they'll find themselves in a position of really getting back their 25% reduction salary that was taken off them because of not playing into the Champions League. So they know that they should win such games of football. With Liverpool winning against West Ham today 1-0, you expect United to put up a shift that these players will always come in through and obviously maintain. Then Champions League football, Ten Hag said when asked if the team can compete in Champions League next season, he said, yeah, I think so, but of course we see this as a project. In the project also it belongs that in transfer windows you strengthen your squad. I think we can compete in the Champions League, but at the end of this day we also want to still be in the Champions League in the winter. We want to compete and knock them out and knock them all out, but still we have a long way to go. So this is why I like this manager. He first answered it that yes, we can compete in the Champions League, but we need to strengthen the squad. And obviously he knows it that if at all his first team players, like the first 11 of Erik ten Hag, can keep itself fit, that is De Gea, Dalot, Luke Shaw, Lisandro Martinez, Rafael Varane, Casemiro, Eriksson, Bruno Fernandes, Anthony, Rashford, and Anton Martial. If they can play 70 games on the same level, obviously they can find themselves beating every team in the world. But the problem is, these players are not machines. They are not robots. You know, at a point X, one player will break down. Others will get suspended. So that's what Ten Hag is telling us, that it's not going to be an easy thing to compete, because the transfers will always determine on what he needs to really do into the Champions League. And in the Premier League, when you look at Man City, they want to strengthen again. However much they're looking a much more better team, they want to re-strengthen again. That's what Ten Hag is talking about. And I read about a certain quote that really said in the pre-match press conference versus Brighton, giving flowers to the sporting director of Man City, because he has gone ahead to back the manager of Man City with all the quality that he really deserves. And that's what Ten Hag is calling in for, that I would love to be getting the quality like Man City is having. And to go ahead and really compete in the Champions League, you need to be having a good squad that can really come out through and really take you to where you don't even believe they can go past. Because this season, Ten Hag has shown us that he has worked a miracle at Manchester United. That's it. And not having players is going to hate to let him down. There are certain games we're going to hate to win because of the players we had, but they are missing. They are nowhere to be seen. So I think there is nothing that's going to stop us from really going to the Champions League as it stands, because even when we win the remaining 3 games at Old Trafford against Wolverhampton Wanderers, Fulham, and Chelsea, we'll find ourselves into the Champions League position. That's it. But these other 2 games, are they 2 games left away from home? I think we're going to play Brighton away from home, Bournemouth away from home, and West Ham away from home. So the beauty of this is we are going to play 2 consecutive games away from home, meaning that after playing Wolverhampton Wanderers, we'll play 1 game against Bournemouth, And I think by the time we play Bournemouth, they would have gone ahead to secure their safety in the league. They won't be so much hard as they've always been. So I find ourselves in a position of qualifying for the Champions League with 3 games to go. That's it. So let's wait and see how that is going to unveil. But Ten Hag has gone ahead to really say that he needs backing. And I think you've heard it very well from his own words as he was talking to the Manchester United television. Now, let's do a little bit of Sabitzer, who went ahead to let us know the following via play to go that I've already experienced a lot in my career, including Bayern Munich. Here, everything is bigger. There are even more people who care about you. People are crazy about Manchester United. You can feel it at Old Trafford. So I can only say that I enjoy being here and I'm very proud to have managed to be part of this club. Now, these words that Sabitzer is saying are really annoying to the fans of Bayern Munich, because if at all he's saying that everything is bigger here, after saying that he has experienced a lot in his career, including Bayern Munich, but everything at United is bigger, meaning that I think there are indications or indicators to Sabitzer that he is going to be signed and he's going to be a United player next season, because there is no way you go out and really say all those words to a club where you left, that it's big and United is bigger, when you're not having an assurance that they're going to sign you. That's it. But it's good to see to it that he's really talking about such an atmosphere of being better and bigger at the club of Manchester United, because when his national team manager, who was an interim at Manchester United, known as Ralf Rangnick, was talking about the United side, he said by the time he was at United, it was really a depleted side, divided. There were leaks through the dressing room. The team really had no leadership, and there are lots of cliques in the dressing room that really caused lots of divisions. And you know what that means. Off the pitch depicts what you really get onto the pitch. So I think, according to what Ralf Rangnick told Sabitzer's gone ahead to give us a lot of hope that there is a lot of unity in the dressing room of Manchester United, and the atmosphere is really different and bigger. So that is really music to our ears, and kudos goes to one person. I think that is Erik ten Hag, because he's the man masterminding everything happening at Manchester United. Amidst him having a very huge squad or a very huge team that he works with, close to 9 people, that as the other managers, I think he has gone ahead to get everything right at the club of Manchester United. But Sabitzer revealing that to us is like a signal that he's going to stay at the club of Manchester United, because he's in love with it. And when you look at how Ten Hag has gone ahead to play him close to 80 minutes in the previous game, he's gone ahead to play at Manchester United, I think that is a confirmation that Ten Hag is really impressed with Sabitzer, and his quality is really undoubted. And I've seen people saying that we shouldn't sign him as a main midfielder, but if at all you're having Scott McTominay and Fred, I think I'd rather sign Sabitzer instead. And people are shifting goalposts. Some were heard saying that if Sabitzer cannot bench Fred, cannot keep Fred out of the team, why should we sign him? Now he's keeping Fred out of the team, and they are really flaunting different narratives that we shouldn't sign Sabitzer as a main midfielder. And we all know that Sabitzer is quality. That's it. He's quality, and signing him will help us not spend a lot of money to sign a midfielder who can go ahead and really compete in different positions. But all we know that we should sign in a CDM, that is Casemiro backup. That's it. So thank you guys for watching. Through smash the like button, comment and share your thoughts onto Erik ten Hag wanting a Brighton win badly. A welcome in the comment section below. Us competing in the Champions League, obviously, and Sabitzer coming out and be revealing us how bigger United is than Bayern Munich. Guys, good morning, good night, depending where you're watching us from. I sign out for now. See you later. Bye bye.